Vanakkam, Namaskaram and Hari Om. Humble salutations and a warm welcome to Sunday Sadhana, your favorite Hindu magazine program on SABC2. Whether it is her places of worship or her soulful music, India remains a mystical wonderland. The Veena is one of the most ancient string instruments of India. It's associated with Mother Saraswati, who is believed to bestow knowledge and musical talent. The sound emitted from the Veena evokes feelings of tranquility and bliss. Today we visit Mumbai to learn more about this beautifully crafted Indian classical instrument, the magical Veena.
The Indian music basically is very intricately connected with Hindu religion. It's called, sound to a Hindu is a form of God. It is called Nad Brahman. Nad meaning sound, Brahman means the ultimate reality.
If you go back to the origin, the very first name you will probably find for a Veena is Yar. Y-A-Z-H. Yar. Which is very close to what you would call harp. So it was a stringed instrument. And if you want to go even before that, music theory says that the hunter who used to wield an arrow, bows and arrows, he realized that the twang, that it made a noise. So that's how the harp came about. And as music evolved, initially music was by itself not very evolved. Like the notes, Saregama Padani, it came about from animals and birds. Yes, it is. The note Sa was derived from a peacock's cry. Yeah. Sa, Shadjam, and Rishab from the cows bleating. That's why it's called Rishab. And Gandhar is the bleating of a goat, and Madhyam, Ma, is that of a cuckoo, and Pa is that of a heron. Interestingly, Sa, Ma and Pa are birds. Dha, Dhaivat is the neighing of a horse, and Ni is that of an elephant, trumpeting of an elephant. So this is what the theory says, that human beings observed these sounds and they said, okay, these can be put in an order, and they came with Saregama Padani. What we have here is the Saraswati Veena. So this is where it stands today. After evolving through, years of developing and people playing on it, it's come to here. It's made of jackfruit wood, and this is bee wax. The beehives, they melt that, and that's what this is made of. The tone is very pleasing. The tone is very soothing. The minute you sit down and listen to Veena, you can feel, it's very peaceful, very calming. Now, on a deeper note, Saraswati holds this instrument in her hand. I'm sure you've seen her being depicted. Now, she has even a japamala, and she has scriptures. Now, what she's trying to say are the methods or the modes with which you can evolve spiritually.
Indian music has been revealed to one of the, saints or rishis, they are called, Narada and Tumru. They were the two main ones to whom God revealed the Vidya or the knowledge of music. And so music is the form of meditation, and through music you realize the ultimate reality. To us, singing or playing Indian classical music or learning is an act of devotion. It's a pursuit of spirituality, as it were.
Carnatic music is completely bhakti. All the songs are devotional. Every song, all the trinities and everyone who's composed, they've composed on some deity or the other. It's only purely devotional.
So the purpose is that you are playing this pa, sa, 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 and you are that becomes your thing, and you concentrate and you become one with it, and that's how you sort of meditate. So there's a meditative quality to our music.
Tyagaraja has said in one of his compositions that these Saptaswaras evolve because of your prana. Prana is the life force within you, mingling with the Pranavanada, which is the Omkara. This Omkara exists everywhere. Our whole creation is based on that. So when our life force mingles with that, it comes out as the Saptaswara. He's actually sung it in a song called Mokshamugala. Narada Bhakti Sutras, he has very clearly said that the person who is performing, he should be of a pure heart and his thoughts should be clean and pure. Now that's a strange statement or a comment to make. If you're preparing your student to go on stage, you will say practice well, you know, make sure you're looking good because it's a performing art. Make sure you're sitting there looking nice, but you will never say make sure your heart is pure and clean. So then we need to pause for a moment and say why he has said that. The reason he has said that is you are conveying to the audiences everything that you probably are not even realizing you're conveying. And the audiences are probably picking up things they don't even realize they're picking up because it's an energy exchange. So when your music is a medium which can penetrate the hardest of the walls and it can go very high up. It's like how dust and water can enter the narrowest of the cracks. We don't even know where it's come from. This is even more subtler. Music is very subtle and it does pierce your heart. You see, there are times I'm sure even you've cried when you've listened to. Why are you crying? For what? Because it has moved the depths of your soul. So if the person who is performing, if they are performing with the purest of intentions, the audiences do experience a transcendental state. They do.
See, Western instruments like the guitar and so on, they are manufactured in a factory. This instrument or the sitars are handmade. First of all, this particular gourd is a natural fruit. So they get it and they season it. After seasoning, that takes about 6 months to a year. Then they carve this and they do the carvings here and they put it. And by experience, they've learned about the mechanics and the science of sound. And they prepare it so that this particular gourd will resonate so beautifully, the sound will be all-encompassing. So most of these instruments, the best ones like the sitar, sarod, tanpura, they are made in Kolkata. So they have a great tradition, Bengali tradition of making fantastic instruments. Some of these tanpuras are also made in Maharashtra in a place called Miraj, And in South India, they also make it for their purposes. The Veenas and so on, they are made in South India, in Tamil Nadu mainly.
You've experienced that oneness with the Veena after a while. And there comes a point when everything else, it's just not there. When I say it's not there, I'm not saying it's all vanished. It's just that you're not paying attention to it anymore. You're lost in your consciousness definitely withdraws within, and you're lost until you open your eyes and say, okay, there is a world within me.
It was Sri Aurobindo who once said that India is the meeting place of religions, and among these, Hinduism alone is by itself a vast and complex thing, not so much a religion as a great, diversified and yet subtly unified mass of spiritual thought, realization and aspiration. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep up the sadhana. Om.